So once again this year, me and the fellows packed up 3 travel trailers and camped on the infield at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Quick Trip Folds of Honor 500. We had 4 campsites on row C, which was right against the fence on the tunnel, and we had a wonderful view of the track. And especially if we got up on top of our campers, we had a great view. We could almost see all the way around the entire track, which makes it fun. And we've already reserved these sites again for next year. The prices remain the same this year on the infield. It's $300 for a campsite for the entire weekend. There are no hookups on the sites, but they do have a free on-site dump station. And United Site Services will come around with a mobile unit and empty your tanks for you or refill your fresh water supply. Something that we didn't have last year that we had this year were VIP passes, courtesy of Sunoco Racing Fuels. A very good friend of mine fills gas cans for Sunoco at the race, and he was able to hook us up. And let me tell you, it takes the weekend to a whole new level when you get up close to the cars, and it provides a fantastic view for the race. And if you've never had pit passes or garage passes, I highly recommend it because it is a really neat experience. This year we made it a point to check out the fan zone, which is around the front side of the track and the main entrance. They have souvenir haulers for all of your favorite drivers. They have generic souvenirs for Atlanta Motor Speedway or NASCAR. They also have some activities going on. You can do some axe throwing if you want to stand in line, but it is free. A lot of good photo ops out there, and they have driver question and answer time, and then they have some rides set up for the kids to take part in as well. And one of our favorite things that Atlanta Motor Speedway added this year was something they called the Peach Pit. They had mechanical bulls, they had beverage carts out there selling beverages, and they had a live concert by a band called Moby Dick. Then they were great, and we had a really good time Saturday night. One thing that was not new this year was the food. We ate like kings once again. I had my 22-inch Blackstone griddle, and I brought a 42-cup coffee urn this year, so nobody wanted for coffee in the mornings. I had my Cabela's outdoor kitchen set up with all my tools, and I had my 2-burner Camp Chef Pioneer stove. And we set up our whole cooking and food prep area under a big 18-foot long easy up, which makes it nice come mealtime when you're feeding 11 grown men. But Friday night we did some double smash burgers, and my brother Rob was there this year, and he manned the fry station, and we had fresh hand-cut French fries to go along with our burgers, and as far as I could tell, they were a big hit. And we even took some extras over to some of the NASCAR officials that were working the race. Both mornings of the weekend I try to provide a good breakfast for the guys. We had eggs and bacon on Saturday, and then Sunday I did pancakes and sausage. Like I said, we eat like kings. Saturday night we did something new this year, a big low country boil. If you're not familiar, potatoes, corn, shrimp, and sausage. And it went pretty fast. We went through 9 pounds of shrimp. And on Sunday, Jason Houston, who was with us again this year, gave us all a treat by smoking a big 14-pound brisket. And so after Sunday's race was over, we were able to chow down on some barbecue. And that was a welcome treat on Sunday evening for sure. So a couple of important tips I'll pass along when camping at the Speedway. One, be sure to bring some boots. Be prepared for mud if it rains, because that was something we learned the hard way this year. Also, think about your neighbors when it comes time to run your generator. If you can't afford a really quiet one, maybe limit how often you run it or how long of periods of time you run it, because it gets pretty loud and kind of annoying for your neighbors. Clean up your site when you leave. When we left, we were so disappointed at how many sites had trash laying all over the grounds, and that's the kind of thing that's going to make the prices go up for the rest of us. So just keep that in mind. And the fourth thing I mentioned last year's video as well, think about renting a porta potty for your site. It's only $100 for the whole weekend, and it saves you the hassle of having to deal with the tanks in your camper. But the biggest advice I have is just show up, ready for a good time, and enjoy the race.